How do NFL teams win or lose free agency? Imagine a team that hits all the right notes during free agency and another that misses the mark completely. What makes the difference? Well, it all comes down to how they approach acquiring players and managing their roster. When teams succeed in free agency, they target players who fill specific gaps and fit their game plan. For example, if a team needs a reliable quarterback or a top wide receiver, they focus on signing those players to boost their offense. If they sign players who don't match their scheme or team needs, they often end up with mismatched talent that doesn't improve their chances. Financial management plays a big role too. Teams that stay within their salary cap can sign impactful free agents without sacrificing future flexibility. Overspending on one player might mean losing out on other key positions. For fantasy football, this means teams with cap space can sign high upside players, creating more fantasy options. Teams that manage their cap well can also re-sign their core players, keeping continuity and chemistry intact. Losing a star to free agency without a solid replacement can weaken a team's overall performance. Scheme fit is another important factor. Free agents who join teams with offensive or defensive schemes that suit their skills tend to perform better. For instance, a wide receiver moving to a pass-heavy offense or a running back joining a team with a strong offensive line can see their fantasy value rise. If a team ignores scheme fit, they risk underutilizing the player's potential. Free agency moves also shake up fantasy football. When a player joins a team with a better quarterback or more targets, their fantasy outlook improves. Conversely, if a player moves to a less productive offense or loses touches because of new signings, their fantasy value drops. For example, a quarterback signing a top wide receiver can boost both their own and the receiver's fantasy stats. Timing is key in free agency. Teams that act quickly and sign top players before prices spike often get the best deals. Waiting too long or missing out on key targets can leave a team weaker. Fantasy managers should watch these moves early to adjust their draft plans and player rankings. Finally, teams need to balance short-term gains with long-term planning. Some sign free agents to win immediately, while others focus on developing young talent or building through the draft. For fantasy players, understanding a team's overall strategy helps predict how a free agent might perform. In practical terms, keep an eye on which players change teams and how their roles might shift. If a player joins a team with a better quarterback or more targets, their fantasy value could skyrocket. Watch for running backs or wide receivers who might lose touches due to new signings or offensive changes. Use free agency moves to refine your draft strategy, spotting potential sleepers or busts based on team changes. Overall, NFL teams win free agency by making smart moves that improve their roster fit and performance potential. They lose when they overspend, ignore scheme fit, or fail to address key needs. These decisions directly impact fantasy football, shaping player values and draft choices.